likes prizes?
Me.
Count me in.
Prizes.
You want to win?
I do.
Well, yes, we are to play in such a way or run in such a way that you win the prize. That's what we're talking about here on Coffee with Ken. Welcome to Coffee with Ken. So glad to have y'all.
Good morning.
We're here with Ken Brown. That's Coffee with Ken.
Good morning.
He's CEO here at Destiny Global. And we're here with Butch McCracken. He cracks us up over here.
That is.
He's general manager. And I am Dr. April Brown. I'm executive vice president of coaching here at Destiny Global. And we're so glad to have you. Thank you for joining us. We are talking about playing to win.
Playing
And
to
that's
win.
that's been our theme this year. And finishing up this year of playing to win. And that everything you do to run, play, work in such a way as to win the prize. And what does that mean?
What does that mean to me?
Yeah. what
That
does that mean?
means that you need to be doing things well to win. You have to be training. You have to be disciplined. You have to be thoughtful in your actions and consistency. Consistency is critical to winning, right? You can have a great football team and you can play well the first part of the season, but then you get lazy and you're not doing the things that you did at the beginning, and all of a sudden you start losing. You know what? Nobody cares what you did at the beginning of the season. Did you make the playoffs, and ultimately did you win the Super Bowl? Did you play in such a way that you won? Really is determined by your actions that you do every day to help you keep winning.
Yeah.
It's the small steps.
Instead of just like
Yes.
just that one thing of saying I'm going to win, but not doing the actions behind it that are going to get you to that prize
Right.
of winning. And to me, that's really saying, like, doing the things, doing the hard work, being consistent, like you said, to get the prize. And when you've done that, you've done it with excellence,
Yes.
you're much more likely to get the prize than if you are slacking off and not doing the things that are going to get you there.
Right. It's much harder to win when you're not prepared.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Some
Yeah.
people have been able to do that, but it's very rare. The ones who consistently are at the top are the ones who put in the discipline whether it's in business, whether it's in cooking, whether it's in sports. You pick the area. It's someone who is consistently performing and practicing at a high level that does it.
Yeah.
You know, I think of food. I think of Bobby Flay, right? You guys know he's one of my favorite. Because why? Because Bobby is constantly placing himself in competitive situations.
To
Constantly.
get better.
Constantly. Making other people's best meal and competing against them about what they cook best, not what he cooks best. And still beating so many of them because practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Well, actually, right practice makes perfect. One of the boys, all of them had him. Coach Jason Wallace played for Indianapolis Colts, by the way. And he gave a lot of instruction around, it's not just practice, it's practicing doing the right thing. So if you keep practicing wrong, that doesn't get you what you want. But when you're practicing and doing the proper form and techniques, all of a sudden things begin to come together for you. And especially as you get better, right? You're building that muscle.
So good. And I think it was about 10 years ago, we signed up to do a half marathon.
April signed us up to do a half marathon, and she encouraged me to do it with me.
Y'all all know that this is not how that goes down. Okay, I literally actually discourage him from doing these things.
I know your
And
strategy.
he knows, and he thinks this is my strategy, but it's like legit. Like I'm like, he doesn't follow the rules and the things to get the prize that we're supposed to do, and I'm gonna follow all of the things and what it sets out and tells me I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna listen to the people who tell me how to run a half marathon, and he might
She
not
did.
always do that
She did
and
it.
think that he's
to the
gonna
T.
still win, but but anyway, so we signed up for a half marathon, and I literally did. We went and got the shoes, the right shoes. Like they watched us walk. Like they're looking to see how our how we walk and what our foot to
Did you-
find the best
yes.
shoes.
Did you
so
need
that we
arch
can be-
support? Did you run
Yeah.
on your toes, on your
Yeah.
heel?
Mhm.
All these different things. You know this because Butch is a runner as well. Butch has run a whole marathon, haven't you, Butch?
I have.
Yes. So
Yeah.
you know
so,
this
I mean,
is.
even from the very beginning, and
Yes.
then looking at okay, what's the best strategies to help me to get my endurance up because it was not good on that
It
first
wasn't
day.
up.
I was like, this is not good. It's not looking promising when I haven't even gone a half a mile and I am like, my lungs feel like they're on fire.
Hmm.
I'm dying.
Yes.
And just like want to fall on the ground and die right then. And it's just not looking promising to get to that 13 in 1 mile. How am I going to get there?
Alive.
But every day getting more
Yeah.
endurance because it's consistency. Like you said, you get a plan in place, you follow the plan,
Mhm.
and you get stronger and better, and you keep increasing that endurance
Exactly.
and stay on that plan and that
Exactly.
schedule to practice every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
keep
good.
running.
That's good.
It's
That was before when I did that full marathon the first time, and I had gotten a coach, and he gave me a detailed plan for 4 days a week, and I followed it to a T. And he even commented, "I love giving Butch a plan. He just follows it."
Mm-hmm.
Because I'd have in my head when I want to change it or adjust it a little bit because I was tired or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, "Butch, how many marathons have you run?"
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have run any. And how many has he run? Over 50.
Mm-hmm.
So shut up and follow direction,
hmm
right?
Mhm.
Because his stack is
Mhm.
much bigger than I don't even have a stack. But following that plan,
Right.
that was the best marathon of the 4 that I
Mhm.
did, was following it to the detail, to the letter
Yeah.
in that.
And April
That's
made
how
sure
you
we did
finish.
that.
Yeah. And we finished running most of it. So, I mean,
No,
we would walk
we've-
in between a little
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
but we did finish running most of it.
We did
Yeah.
sign up for a marathon. We didn't exactly know where the topography of where
Oh,
we're
yeah,
going to
it
be
was
running. So
hills
we
and it
lived
was
in Dallas
hot.
at this time, and we ran in San Marcos up and
Yeah.
down 2,000
Humid
foot
during
elevation
October.
changes in a very hot and humid period. It was
Mhm.
we got a lot of learning.
I thought it
Coming
was
out
gonna
of
be
that.
cooler, and it was hot
It
and
was
humid 'cause it was in
not.
October.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and you never know when that inspiration is gonna come from because I don't run. Like I just like if you see me running at that point, I was running from something.
Sounds
look-
like Jackie O'Quinn,
look
right?
behind
there.
because there is something chasing her. Like,
You better run too. Something's getting us.
it's just
That's
not
hilarious.
gonna happen. I am not gonna be running. But just literally one day, I woke up and I told him I'm running a half marathon. And it was just something so small that because somebody else had posted about it that they were gonna do it, and it was it's called Chosen was the name of the marathon. It was to
Support adoption.
Mm.
and it was around my daughter's
Her birthday's in
birthday.
October, so that's
and
exactly
so I
right.
was like, I'm gonna do this.
It's so perfect. I remember the
And
day
I've
she
never
comes
had
in.
that inspiration again.
Well, she came in, and so we had this schedule like you're talking about, Butch. And this
Mhm.
one, so we had done, you do 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, and then this one she comes in, and we had you've been to our old place, so we had a track around, or a walking trail that went
Mhm.
around our lake by our home, and this thing was a little over a quarter mile, just the track itself. And April said, "Yeah, tonight we're going to run around that 30 times." And I said, 30? I can remember when she said that.
Can we negotiate?
And April liked to do training a little bit later than the normal person. We would start running about 11:30 p.m. because that's when her motivation was the highest. Her serotonin levels were rolling, right? So we would go, I would take a little nap before I'd go run so I could get up at 6:30 in the morning to go to work. And we would go running, and that particular time we ran till our legs felt like they were going to fall off, but 30 times around that lake.
Yep.
Mhm.
And just kept doing that for
Building.
endurance, and
Yeah.
then where you start to see, like literally, there's there's like a switch. There's like a flip in that where you start to think there's no way this is ever going to happen, to like you've ran so many things and you've seen where you came from that you couldn't even do a half a mile and thought you were dying, and now you're doing 30 laps.
Yeah.
Man, we're going to get there. We're going to do this thing.
I ran 10 miles at 11:30 p.m.
Nice.
So-
Today, if I do that again, something is going to be chasing us. That was
But
crazy,
we were
but we did it.
inspired then, so
did, and we did it.
And follow directions.
And we
And follow
won. We got the
directions.
medal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of completion.
It's okay.
You know, when it comes to running, I think completing it is an accomplishment. It is not just a participation award. You
you know,
showed up. You showed up at that
it's true.
time. You ran. You had to do all the training, and you finished it.
Well, you didn't get picked up because of the slow pace that they come up and say, hey, we're going to shut this thing down. You're running too slow. We didn't get on that
That bus.
bus because they pick you up and take you up and say, okay, now you can continue
Yeah.
on because you weren't going to finish before they closed down the finish line. So
Yeah.
we were way before that. So it was there was a lot of gratification
Yeah.
in what we were doing.
I saw a meme the other day and I shared it with Jackie, and it was some whatever running, and it said, starting your day off with a long run can ensure your day can't get any worse.
That's true.
That's hysterical.
That's true. So that's what we want to encourage y'all on taking action on something that
Yeah.
to win the prize. How is taking action really going to help you to win the prize that you have, that you desire,
Identify.
that you could just get up in the morning and who knows what your inspiration or you're inspired. We watched something that so incredible of a guy who had no
legs.
and just literally he had been abused in the foster system and overcome so much and was there literally just to inspire people. He didn't have like some great talent of singing or anything. He was just speaking what he's doing, lifting his arm, his body with one hand and stuff like that, but like to inspire people.
Mhm.
You never know what you can do, of the actions that you take that can inspire people.
That's
It's
right.
so amazing.
Yeah.
And so
That's right.
that's what we always want to do here at Destiny Global, is to encourage and inspire people to take action,
And equip
to
them.
win the prize, to equip
Equip
you.
you to win that prize.
And we have a specific event that is coming up to
Yes,
help
we
you do
do.
that. And it is September 29th through October 1st. And it's in Houston, Texas.
That's right.
Yes.
Yes, we're so excited. And if you want to win, you want to really play to win, then get to that event. Click down below, get your ticket, and get there. We want to see you so that you can play to win and take action so you can get the prize. And so we're so grateful that we get to do this and that we get to see time and time, every single event, every single
Without fail.
time. We see so many stories come out of that.
Exactly.
Are you going to be a story? Are you going to be a story to pay off debt, to get promoted, all of the things that we see? We'd love to see you there. So all the information's below, and
Yes.
join us.
Yes,
in
we want to
Houston,
see you
Texas.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna. This one's gonna sell out. So be sure to get there. And anyway, thank y'all for joining us for Coffee with Ken. Click the like button on here and click the share button and
Yes.
share with other people so we can have more of our friends join us here every week on Coffee with Ken.
That's right. And
But-
thank you.
This is Ken.
Me.
So
Hey,
come
have a
join
great
him.
day.
Bye.